I just see people burn money, like invest money into certifications, and would not get a career coach, would not invest in a coach. And I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense, like,
Yeah.
um, and the reason they do it, I'll tell you, is because it's so much easier to just stay safe. And I think that's what women are doing a lot of times, or even men I see. Well, we just don't want to risk it, right? Like if I take a certification, it's super less low risk, right? Because I study, I get the certification, my reward is done, and we're playing that small game, right? Versus saying, listen, I want to redirect my entire life. Listen, I want to change. Like that's hard. That's a very hard thing to say and go after. And what you're also mentioning is that I think people want titles just for the sake of it, but they don't recognize what that person actually does and how that person shows up every day, because you need to become that person to then get that title. They feel like, no, once I get the title, I'll act like a director. It's like, no, you got to become a director of your life
Yeah.
today, and the result of that would be getting the director
Exactly.
title when you get there. And
Yeah.
we do so much of this in the program, right, where we're trying to talk about the transformation 1.0 to 2.0. And that's what I tell the girls, and they're like, why is this important? I just want to apply. And I'm like, no, because applying for anything is useless unless you've embraced that identity of
Yeah.
automation, delegation, deletion, things that don't belong, changing your ways. I mean, this was hard for you also. You've gone through so much coaching, not just through the program, but with other coaches too. So how did you sort of, were you always self-aware that I must change, or how did you sort of arrive at that? Because I feel like so many people are stuck. They don't want to accept that I am the problem and I can be the solution to it.
Yeah.
And it takes certain amount of courage. So I'm curious how you got into the coaching journey of like seeking professional help to grow yourself, because it clearly has paid off. I mean, come on, you've done some incredible things, and now you sort of credit a lot of that as well to your growth. And it's a great tool to have. I just think that
Yeah.
so many people are hung up on the money, or like, she's going to tell me how to live my life. Oh, I know everything already, so
Yeah.
how did you sort of arrive at that point where you're like, okay, I'm ready, let's do it, it makes total sense. So yeah, just share that a little bit.
Sure. I think you brought up a point of being stuck, right? Right.
Mm.
And what do you do when you're stuck, right? Do you do the same activity to overcome that stuckness, or do you do a different activity to overcome that stuckness, right? So, what takes you here won't take you here, right? Many people don't understand that kind of gap,
Mm.
and that's why that stuckness comes. And they may just think that you just change the environment, things will be fine, right? Like if there is a dirty pond and you just the fish is not doing well, you just change the pond, this fish will do well. It's not the case, right? We need to go into the root cause and understand why the fish is not well and treat it, and then the fish will thrive,
Mm.
right? The same, I think, mistake we all do is that we think that what took us here, the same thing will take us the other side. But it's not the case. You need to evolve, you need to change, you need to adopt a new approach of thinking, you need to adopt add on new skills also. We didn't talk about, see, I am not saying that you should not be technical, you should not upgrade and all that. That's all part. I'm considering it as by default. The
Mm.
technical skill upgrade, everyone we would tell, right? But what people won't know is that it's not just the technical or the talent or your talent. Your talent will take you one step, your skills will take you one step, your studying understanding will take you one step. But when we deal with people, you need a different skill of understanding people's emotions. For that you need to understand your own emotions, and for that you need to grow emotionally. And many people don't want to grow emotionally. They think
Mm.
that it, like I told you, right? They think that corporate bubble is materialistic. It's not materialistic. Human exist, and whenever there are humans there will be emotions, and we need to learn these life skills to tackle these emotions, politics, conflicts, because many of them, they would join, but then they, like I told you, right, the story, it's the similar thing. Okay, the job here is
Yes.
not good, just change the jobs, keep changing the job and keep repeating the stuff, right? That is not going to help. But
No.
learning to navigate through these challenges, politics, human emotions, is going to take you far, because
Yeah.
the skills, talent, and all these things are easy. This
Yeah.
is not to be taught, and these things will come from a third person sometimes, because you have a limited brain, you have your limited thinking. Sometimes having a mentor, coach, can give you that perspective of a third person, and
Yeah.
that can, like, for me, it was every time I